Hello and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're embarking on, well, a really fascinating journey into the world of language learning. Our source material for this deep dive is a wonderfully practical script. It's from an English learning podcast, and it's specifically designed to equip listeners, people like you maybe, with the confidence to order food in a restaurant. This script targets, I'd say, beginner to intermediate English learners, and it promises to make that whole interaction feel, totally manageable. Our mission today is to really uncover the brilliant design choices within this script. We want to extract the core insights into how it so effectively breaks down what can be a complex task into simple, learnable parts.
Yeah, and what's truly compelling here isn't just the phrases themselves, the vocabulary. It's the underlying strategy. It's how these phrases are introduced and practiced. That's the interesting bit. We're going to peel back the layers on the structure, the precise language choices, and some pretty clever pedagogical techniques that are at play here. This isn't just about learning English phrases. It's almost like a mini masterclass in effective communication strategy and maybe even accelerated skill acquisition. It offers you, the listener, a unique lens on how clear, concise instruction can be engineered for, well, real-world results.
Okay, so the script throws you right into the experience, like from the first word. It simulates the moment you step into a restaurant. It immediately focuses on those initial, really crucial interactions. So what are the very first foundational phrases the script highlights? The ones to just get you through the door and seated.
Right. It immediately tackles what you could call the gatekeeper phrases. Think about it. Before you even glance at a menu, someone's asking you, how many people?
Right.
Or table for two, or maybe, do you have a reservation? These are the first hurdles. And the brilliance here, I think, is that the script doesn't just list these questions. It uses what's known as choral repetition. The listener actually practices the exact, complete responses straight away.
Like repeating after the speaker.
Exactly. So it's not just about memorizing words, it's about building procedural memory, muscle memory almost. By practicing phrases like, table for two, please, or yes, I have a reservation, the learner sort of bypasses the need for conscious grammatical construction in the moment.
I see. So it allows for faster, more confident responses when you're actually there, under pressure.
Precisely. Faster retrieval, less panic.
Okay, so you've successfully navigated the entrance. Good start. But then what happens when you're staring down a menu and it's full of maybe unfamiliar terms? This is where I think the script really shines. It anticipates that moment of, uncertainty. How does it equip learners to confidently ask about items they don't understand? How does it turn that potential awkwardness into clarity?
Well, this section is a fantastic example of something called scaffolding in teaching. The script doesn't just throw learners into deciphering complex menu descriptions. That'd be overwhelming.
Right.
Instead, it arms them with simple but really polite questions. Questions that empower them to get clarity. So you get phrases like, what's this? Simple, direct.
Oh, yeah.
Or, what do you recommend? Which is also really useful. And even things like, is this spicy? Or does this have meat? These address common anxieties for language learners and, frankly, for anyone trying new food.
Yeah, absolutely. Dietary needs, preferences.
Exactly. It's about building communicative competence, not just vocabulary lists. And crucially, it deeply embeds the importance of full, polite sentences. It really emphasizes please and thank you. These aren't treated as optional add-ons. They're shown as integral parts of cultural fluency.
So you're learning the whole chunk, like, can I have the chicken sandwich, please? Not just chicken sandwich.
Precisely. You learn the functional phrase, politeness included.
Makes sense. So once that initial menu confusion is handled, the script moves to the actual act of ordering, and it provides two distinct, really quite realistic short dialogues. Let's break down the first one. What's the strategic value of these little back and forth examples, like the one where a customer orders a cheeseburger and water?
Okay, yeah, these aren't just random examples. You could think of them as authentic materials or snippets of them. They're designed specifically to build listening comprehension and also to prepare the learner for the natural rhythm of a conversation, the back and forth.
So it's not just isolated phrases anymore.
Right. The value lies in showing the learner exactly how the phrases they've just practiced actually fit into a complete interaction, albeit a simple one. You hear the waiter ask, "Are you ready to order?" And then the customer replies using the phrase they learned, "Yes, I'll have the cheeseburger, please."
Okay.
It demonstrates that conversational flow, the predictable patterns of exchange. It makes a potentially overwhelming situation feel more predictable, more manageable.
And then the second example is even shorter, more concise, almost like a shorthand version. What can we infer from that one? The customer just ordering chicken soup and lemonade. How does that help the learner?
Well, the shorter dialogue, I think the waitress asks, "What can I get for you?"
Right.
And the customer replies, "Can I have the chicken soup and a lemonade, please?" This shows the versatility of those common ordering phrases. It reinforces how much you can communicate quite succinctly, but still politely. It also introduces the polite way to decline an offer, like when the waitress asks, "Anything else?" and the customer says, "No, thank you."
Ah, yeah. Important too.
Very. And this sort of progressive complexity, moving from a slightly longer interaction to a more streamlined one, helps solidify the learner's adaptability, shows different ways it can go.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's building layers. Now, beyond the basics of just ordering, the script dives into something truly invaluable for, well, real-world dining. Handling special requests or, sometimes when things just don't go quite right. What thoughtful phrases does it offer for, say, customizing an order or politely addressing an issue?
Yeah, this is where the script really transitions from basic ordering to fostering true conversational confidence, I think. It provides learners with these really empowering phrases for customization. Things like, "Can I have this without onions?" Or maybe, "Could you make it less spicy?" Or even crucial things like, "I'm allergic to peanuts."
Super important, yeah.
Definitely. This isn't just about getting exactly what you want flavor-wise. It's about safely navigating real-life situations. And the script also wisely includes phrases for politely correcting an error, because things do go wrong sometimes. So you get, "Excuse me, I think this is not what I ordered." Or, "Excuse me, this is cold. Can you heat it, please?" Now, one could argue that a script this focused on direct imitation might encourage less improvisation later on.
Maybe a potential downside.
Potentially for advanced learners. But for the beginner or intermediate learner, this direct path to resolving a problem politely is absolutely critical. It builds that initial confidence and helps avoid potential misunderstandings or, just awkwardness.
And it includes asking for the bill too, right?
Yes, essential finish.
Yeah.
Phrases like, "May I have the bill, please?" Or the more American, "Can I get the check, please?"
Yeah.
Always with that emphasis on politeness.
Got it. Okay. The ultimate test of any learning material is often how it consolidates the knowledge. How does it make sure it sticks? So how does this script bring it all together? What specific format does it use to reinforce everything the learner has just encountered?
It wraps up with a practice quiz, which is honestly a brilliant application of active recall.
Active recall.
Yeah, instead of just passively reviewing the phrases, the host in the script asks questions that directly simulate real restaurant prompts. Like, the host asks, "How many people?"
Okay.
And the listener is prompted to provide the answer they learned, like, "Table for two, please." Or the host asks, "What would you like to drink?" And the listener thinks or says, "I'll have a lemonade, please."
So it's interactive.
Exactly. This immediate application consolidates the learning much more effectively than just re-listening. It's like a mini simulation, but without the pressure of a real restaurant. And that instant feedback loop in your head, or even saying it aloud, is incredibly powerful for cementing new language.
That sounds really effective, a smart way to end a lesson.
Yeah, it's a genius way to confirm comprehension and build that crucial confidence for the next time they actually step into a restaurant.
So what does this all mean for us? Stepping back and looking at this script, we've delved into this English Learning Podcast script, and we've really uncovered how a seemingly straightforward topic, like ordering food, can be meticulously dissected, broken down into precise, actionable language nuggets. It's a really compelling look at the art of instructional design in action.
Absolutely. Stepping back, this deep dive truly illustrates the power of, structured learning and thoughtful curriculum design. By systematically introducing these practical phrases, showing how they're used in realistic scenarios, and then incorporating immediate practice. The script aims to build not just a vocabulary list, which is easy to forget, but genuine conversational confidence. That's the goal.
Right.
It's a prime example of distilling complex social interactions, because ordering food is complex, socially into manageable, learnable components.
Yeah, this deep dive really reveals just how impactful carefully curated material can be, how it can empower someone to, perhaps quite rapidly, master a new practical skill. So thinking about this methodical phrase-by-phrase approach, this structured way to gain mastery, what other everyday challenges or maybe even new fields of knowledge could you, the listener, tackle more effectively? By breaking them down in a similar structured way. Might be something to consider until our next deep dive.